Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query. In this particular case study, suppose you are working as an inventory controller at Allen Raj stores. So basically you need to actually monitor the reorder level. Meaning to say, because sometimes what happen is the warehouse data, inventory master data, sales report data, what happen is the warehouse data, they consist of all the inventories procured from the vendors. So meaning to say, let me go to this particular Excel file. So here in this warehouse data, we have all the inventories report that procured from a particular vendor, particular batch, order date, and they have the expired date, because like beverages, snacks, they have the expired date, and this is the cost per unit. And when you look at the inventories report, we have the SKU, the item name, the category, subcategory, brand, and then all these variants, and also who is the supplier and so on. Okay, and then we do have the reorder level. And then we also have another file whereby in this particular file we do have the sales report. That means the sales for this outlet. Sometimes they have outlet in Johor Bahru, outlet in West Malaysia, East Malaysia, and what products is sold, what is the payment, and so on. So as an inventory controller, what I need to do is I need to check the reorder level. So if just say the inventory is less than the reorder level, equal or less to, then I need to contact the vendor, then I need to do the procurement. So that is the job. So basically as an inventory controller or procurement officer, I need to actually check how much inventory is available and if the inventory available is below the reorder level. And what's making things interesting is in this particular case, here we have the barcode. So we have the what is the type of stocks that we purchase and so on, and we also have over here what type of inventory, the particular inventory that has been sold to the customers and so on. So now what I'm going to do is, first thing is I want to actually use Power Query to import the data, and let's get started. So first thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to data, I select get data, and then this pane will appear. So from file, and then I'm going to choose from folder, because why, we have week 1, week 2, week 3. So meaning to say, if just say I click over here, we do have like week 1, so the week 1, week 2 up to week 21. So my manager wants to know, okay, how much inventories are being sold. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to data, get data, okay, from file, from folder. But what I want to do is, first thing is maybe I'll just put the week 1, put it inside over here. So the week 1 I transfer first. Okay, wait, maybe I need to close the file. So let me just close. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this one here, I'm going to close this file. Okay, and then I'm going to go to this particular file, put the week 1 inside the folder. So once I put the file, so now in this goods sold sales report, we have this week 1 file. Then later I can chip in the week 2, week 3 and so on. So what I'm going to do is data, get data, from file, and then from folder. So once I click from folder, you will notice that a box will appear. So in this particular box, they will ask me which particular folder I want to choose. So I'm going to go to desktop, and the case study is grocery store. I press open, and not basically this. What I'm going to do is I need to double click actually. So I'm going to press cancel. I need to double click. So get data from file, folder, and I'm going to just double click this. So this one I click once, I press open. So once I press open, you will notice a box will appear. So they will ask you what is the file. This is the file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here combine and transform data, because apparently the data is not perfectly clean. It is not structured properly. So I'm going to click combine and transform data. So once I click combine and transform data, another box will appear. So in this particular box, they will actually ask me which worksheet I want to choose. So the name of the worksheet is sales report. So this is the report, and what I want to do is I need to clean the data. So I press OK, and eventually it will actually go to Power Query Editor. So this is where I need to do the cleaning actually. So in the Power Query Editor, Okay, what I need to do is, if you notice carefully, this is Power Query Editor and we do have like all this column. Whatever unnecessary column I remove, like this column I don't want, I just press the delete button, it will remove. And then what happen is, of course, the date, the barcode, the outlet, I can actually use first row as header. I can click over here, but apparently since we are appending the data and my data also not so clean, the steps is over here. So what I'll do is, I will just remove whatever that is date. So I'll just click this button, put it over here, and whatever date, I just press OK. So press OK, there you go. And then after that, what I need to do is, I need to change the format. So this one I'll put the date format. Here this is date. This one I change to a fixed currency. Okay, currency means a fixed format. So here I'll put here date. Here is the barcode. And then over here is the outlet, whether it's in Johor Bahru and so on. And then this is the type of payment. And this is the amount. So now we have this data set. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to press close and load. So when you press close and load too, you can have an option whether you want to choose pivot table, pivot chart, or only create connection. I'm going to press close and load. So once I press close and load, what happens is, it will eventually load in a table format, just like this. So now what happens is, if just say I go to my file over here, so now we have week 1, right? So if just say I select week 2, week 3, week 4, and I put it over here, okay, I just transfer in. So now what happens is, if just say I right click and refresh, what happens is, it automatically will be updated accordingly. Okay, this one I got actually explained in my previous video. Power Query can actually do the data or complete. But now this intention of this study is, we need to know the inventory availability. So this is all the inventories being sold. Okay, week 4 and so on. So now let me just go to my file again. Okay, so just say I put week 5, 6, 7, and I drag it and I put it over here. So now what happens is, if just say I go to my file, right click, refresh, it will be updated accordingly. So you need to actually check, because sometimes some of our file, the alignment might be Lari, or Lari means in the sense that it's not in the proper format. Even in this case, so we do have a lot of blank space. So we need to check our data. So as you can click update button, but you have to make sure the data consistency, how's the data alignment and so on. So like in this case, we notice, okay, week 7 report got something wrong. So what we do is, we press right click, we press edit, and we will go to Power Query Editor. So what we need to do is, we need to choose the columns. For example, this number column over here, or any column. I'm going to click this, and number filter does not equal. So I'm going to put here does not equal what? So if just say it doesn't, it will filter out whatever that has the word null or blank. Null means it's actually blank. I press OK. So what happens is, it will filter out. Then when I press close and load, what happened actually is, it will filter out the unnecessary data. So then we need to say, whatever does now got blank space now has been disappeared, because we have to do data cleaning. So just say I have to continue. Okay, just say I continue here, maybe until week 8 until week 14. Okay, 14, 18. I just put it inside over here, and then after that I go here, right click and refresh. So when I click refresh, automatically what happens is, we do have the report, the October, that means the first one is October until December report. So this report is basically the goods sold sales report. Next, what I want to do is, I want to tarik. I want to extract the report from the warehouse and the inventory. So go to data, get data, from file, Excel. Just now I choose folder because we are selecting all the files in one folder. But now I want to choose the Excel workbook because we have two different separate worksheets. Click it over here, a box will appear. So in this case study, I'm going to choose the inventories 𝗪𝗵𝗫, and then I'm going to press import. So once I press import, they will ask us which worksheet you want to choose. So in this case, what I want to choose is, I want to choose multiple worksheet. So I want to choose the inventories and the warehouse. And then I go to transform data because I will do some cleaning. So in the transform data, what you will see is, okay, you'll go to Power Query Editor. Apparently, if you notice in this particular case, we do have inventories, warehouse. So the most important thing is the warehouse. So now this is the warehouse that we have all the inventories in the warehouse, and this one is all the units that are being sold. So now my manager wants to know which are the inventories that is still available in the warehouse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use merge query. So over here we have merge. So I'm going to click it over here, merge query as new, because I don't want to disturb this original database. Click it over here, a box will appear. So now we have this warehouse report. Over here we have the goods sold sales report. This is whatever that have originally in the warehouse. This is what has already been sold. So now I want to know what stock which is currently available. But you notice I cannot press OK. So I need to click the barcode. You need to choose the common column. So here also got barcode. Here also got barcode. So this is the common column. So they will notice, okay, apparently 20865 are matched. So the remaining is still available. So now what I need to do is, okay, still we do have the match. The next thing is I'm going to press OK. Of course, here we have the left outer, right outer. Later I'll show you. So left outer all from first match the second. That means it will just match the data from this given data set. So when I press OK, so you will notice we do have a new merge over here. And then I need to expand my table. And this one is actually nothing much. It's just the name. So I'll just unselect the name and unselect all. Just select the barcode. And then I press OK. So what happened is they will tell you that these are the inventories that are already sold. But my manager don't want to know what is already sold. My manager, as an inventory controller or procurement officer, my manager wants to know what are the inventories that currently available. So I need to go back over here. Okay, the source over here. So because it's merged, so instead of choosing left outer, which matches the data, I need to choose left anti. That means whatever that is not matched from the first data set. Click it over here and then I just press OK. So once I press OK, what happened is it will only show me whatever that is not being sold. So meaning to say like this particular inventory is not sold yet. This barcode 0204 and so on. So it's quite dangerous, especially when you have overstock or stock out and so on. Okay, so now this is the inventories. And if you notice carefully, we have more than 1000 rows. So what I'm going to do is I want to actually choose a group by. So if you notice over here, you also got group by, and under transform also got group by. What's the role of group by is it will try to actually do a summary. So I click it over here, a box will appear. So I want to do summary based on SKU code. Barcode, because when you go to a supermarket, you go to a grocery store, a barcode, that means a Maggi packet, a Nescafe packet, or any packet, they will have a barcode. But the barcode is part of a SKU. So I'm going to choose SKU and I'm going to press OK. So based on this, what I get to understand is like, okay, like this one, we notice that currently there's an availability of 68 inventories. Here 54 inventories like this. So what I'm going to do is I just want to rename this as available. Okay, available. So this is the thing. And then I need to actually merge with the inventories, because in the inventories we have reorder level. So what I need to do is I need to actually do a merge again. Go to home. Just now, I click merge query as new because I want to create a new query. But since I want to merge the existing query, I just click it over here. A box will appear. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose inventories. So here also got SKU, here also got SKU. I cannot press OK. So I need to click it over here. I need to click it over here. And of course, it will show matches because we want to match all of it. Press OK. So once I press OK, the box will appear. I'm just going to expand this. Unselect this, make sure you unselect all. What I only want is reorder level. Press OK. So once I press OK, what happened is we can see, okay, that means like this one got 68, 70, 54. So like based on this glance, what we can see is, okay, got enough stock, but this one is a bit dangerous. Like this particular inventory so far got 54, 56. Here got 50 reorder level. So it's very near. So we need to actually check. And then what I can do is I can make a status like stock out, in stock, and so on. So I'll go to add column. I'll just click on conditional column. A box will appear. So I'll just going to put here status. Okay, what is the status? The status is if just say the availability is actually less than equal to the reorder level. So if just say less means I'm going to put here stock out. If they say it is greater means in stock. Okay, and then I'm going to press OK. So when you press OK, you will notice that this is the status. So apparently what happened is Okay, so we have some stock which is in, some stock is out, stock out. So I press OK means, so you'll see here there are certain stocks that are stock out. Like for example, in this particular SKU or particular inventory, like we have like, so far it reached the borderline, it reached the reorder. So as a procurement, what I need to do is I need to contact the vendor, I need to send email, and then I need to buy things, okay, send my POs and so on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just filter this maybe in a descending order so that my manager can see. Okay, that means so far at the moment got 2 stock out. So I'm going to go to home. I can press close and load, but apparently since we have many queries, so I just want to press close and load to and only create connection. So I just want to press only create connection, press OK, and just like that you will see it will load as a connection only. So now when I just press here right click and I'm going to press here load to, so I want to load as a table in a new worksheet. I press OK. So what happened is the data set will be loaded in a new worksheet. So now here you see here got this data and so on. Now this data, if you remember, it shows until week 9 until 13. But what if just say I have a new report? So the new report, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here. So here we have week 19 until 21. So I'm going to select this, put it over here. Okay, go to my Excel file and right click and refresh. So once I right click and refresh, you will notice there will be some changes. That means apparently as per the latest file, we notice that these are the stock which is having stock out, because currently got 38 availability, this one is not enough and so on. So this is where the inventory controller have to contact the vendors and so on. So this is the data where we learn Power Query to do the data compilation and data automation.